So I briefly mentioned last night the story about how I got this Bronco, a 91 gas guzzler, Ford Bronco. So it's a little, I'm gonna brag on my wife a minute, my smoking hot wife. So anyways, a couple of years ago, when I was working for my previous employer, I had to go out that evening to get some copies made for an event the next day. So I went to Kinko's, and Crystal and I took the kids, and I dropped off what I needed to have printed. And we were riding, we went to Starbucks, and then we were riding home, and we passed a local dealership, and on the corner of the lot was Old Red. I said, Crystal, did you see that Bronco? I said, I've loved those full-size Broncos ever since I was in high school. And so so she's like, well, turn around, let's go look at it. So we turn around, we go look at it. It was late at night, so the dealership was closed, and checked it out. Said one previous owner, it only had like 84,000 miles on it for being a 91. And the only thing I could tell that was wrong with it visibly looking at it was that it needed new tires. And so, man, I was just jacked about it all night. Went home and got online and looked at it online. The sticker price on the lot said it was $39.95, I believe. Get home and it says the online sales price is $29.95. So I was like, $3,000 for this one previous owner, 84,000 mile 91 Ford Bronco, full size, Eddie Bauer edition. So the next day, I call on my way into work, and I speak to one of the salespeople and told them that I work in Greenville, but I want to get back to Spartanburg as soon as I can that evening when I get off. I want to check out the Bronco. They said, I can't hold a vehicle, but in the event somebody comes to purchase it, we'll give you the courtesy call to let you know so you don't waste your time coming up here. So all day long, I'm like, there's no way a deal like that's going to make it through the day. And they even told me, hey, this old man, he's been coming up here for years, driving this Bronco up here, wanting to trade it in. Traded it in. I can't imagine the guy got anything for it if they're only selling it for $39.95. And so, yeah, that night I had printed that off online too, because I knew for sure the next morning they'd be changing it. So all day long, I'm just freaking out like it's going to be gone. So I get a call that afternoon, and I look at my phone, and it's the number from the dealership. And I answered the phone, and I was like, great, here we go. And it was the sales guy, and he said, you know, Mr. Shoemaker. All right, sorry, it cut off. So anyways, yeah, the phone rings. The guy at the dealership, and the guy says, hey, Mr. Shoemaker, I'm sorry, but this lady came by today. He actually said, this old lady, but came by today, saw the Bronco, and bought it. And so I'm just devastated, right? So I text Crystal, and I say, somebody bought the Bronco. And she just replied back to me and said, you know, sorry, maybe we can do something this evening to, you know, cheer up your rough day. So I'm like, cheer up my day? Somebody just bought the Bronco, you know? This is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. And so anyways, I'm just, you know, devastated the rest of the day. I told everybody at work about it, and so I'm driving home, and I get a text from Crystal, and she says, hey, I'm leaving work. I got to go by the grocery store, and then I'll be home. And so I'm like, yeah, that's great. Still the Bronco. And so I'm driving home, and I pull up to the house, and I don't see her van in the driveway. And as I'm pulling in the driveway, she opens the garage door to the Bronco backed in the garage. And she's standing there in the garage door to the house, just dangling the key. So yeah, there she was dangling the keys, and I get out of the car, just, you know, I couldn't believe it. And I think the first comment out of my mouth was, are you freaking kidding me? And the second comment out of my mouth was, did you get the $29.95 for it? And she looked at me and she said, what do you think? And so anyways, my whole point behind the story is, I know you shouldn't love material things, but I think I love the story behind this vehicle that I've always loved, this style of vehicle, but it's more so the memory created behind it. So I guess my point is, you know, create memories. And I know this memory for me will last a lifetime. And, you know, love my wife for having done that. So have a good night.